Hi everyone, welcome to watch this video about the planned suspend capability in system automation for iOS version 4.1. In this video, you will learn the value of the planned suspend capability, what is the suspend file, and how it is processed. First, let's have a review of the suspend capability in general. The suspend capability means to turn on or off automation for specific resources without impacting the rest of the automation environment. This is a new feature in SA version 4.1. Currently, there are two flavors of the suspend capability. The first flavor is to suspend automated resources during runtime. Resources that are already automated can be suspended and resumed during runtime using the single ing suspend command. Operators are not alerted by the suspended resources. This capability is useful when operators want to start or stop resource outside automation for test or recovery purpose. The second new flavor, also the focus of this video, is the planned suspend capability introduced in APAR OA 52610. Sometimes, it's useful to plan resources in the policy before they are ready to be used. In such situation, you can leverage the planned suspend capability using the suspend file. Let's find out how this capability works with a scenario. The admin defines a new resource in the customization dialog, but this resource is not ready to be used. Then he needs to add this resource to the suspend file. This file lists all the resources to be suspended and needs to refresh. Sometime later, a build is made and a new configuration is created. Later on, ing-AMS refresh is issued and the configuration is refreshed. As a result, the new resource is suspended and is commented out in the suspend file, so it will not be suspended again at a later refresh. At this point, the admin can continue to work on this suspended resource. Later, this resource can finally be automated. The only thing to do is for the operator to resume the resource with the ing suspend request equals resume command. SA now takes control of the resource. That's the workflow of the planned suspend capability. And how SA works in this process. The suspend file is processed during a manager code warm start or an automation configuration refresh. The automation manager performs the suspend request for all the resources listed in the suspend file and propagate the suspend request down to dependent resources. Then the SA agents receive orders and turn off agent automation flags. Then these resources are suspended after the load of a new or changed policy. And you have the flexibility to make them effective at any time without impacting the existing automation. Next, let's have a detailed look at the suspend file. The suspend file can be a sequential dataset or a partition dataset member. It defines the manager within each SA parm parameter. The new suspend file keyword allows you to specify the name of the suspend file dataset. It's editable using ASPF, but please note that the automation manager requires exclusive access to the suspend file while refresh or cold or warm start. If anybody is currently reading or writing the suspend file, the processing of the file will fail. And the suspend file has no format restrictions. The syntax of the suspend file is very simple. The first column is empty. It's where to put the exclamation mark for commenting out. The exclamation mark can also be used somewhere else in the line to indicate a comment. The mandatory resource parameters support resources of application, application group, monitor resource, and resource reference. The scope parameter specifies whether the suspend affects only the resource or both the resource and its descendants. It's set to only by default. The remove parameter indicates the condition when the request is automatically removed. It's set to no by default. How the suspend file is processed. To process the suspend file with a configuration refresh, Only changing the suspend file is not sufficient. The configuration files must be changed. For example, you have changed relationship or added new results. The configuration change is necessary to drive a major set refresh. If no errors occur during processing, messages will be issued to the syslog showing what resources are suspended. If there are errors, you will see error messages that show where it goes wrong, so you can go back to the suspend file to correct the errors. If resources defined in the suspend file not part of the configuration, informational messages will be written to the syslog, and these non-existing resources will be ignored. If you want to fault the refresh, use the ngams or the mvs modify command with the new suspend file option. You can specify no suspend to ignore the processing of the suspend file, or specify the false suspend option to ignore the lines with syntax errors, and all other lines will be processed. This function can also be used if there are no errors with the suspend file. For example, you want to refresh the configuration and completely ignore the suspend file. In case of a warm or cold start, the suspend file is also processed. The processing is very similar to configuration refresh, and the only difference is when errors occurred. If errors occurred, you need to respond to the WTOR HSAM 1318D with no suspend or false suspend options if needed. But you are suggested to specify the cancel option to cancel the startup and fix the errors with the suspend file. Finally, to summarize the plan suspend capability, as an administrator, you can plan and implement automated operation changes in advance using the suspend file and have the flexibility to make them effective at any time without impacting the existing automation and imposing the changes to the operation team prematurely. That is all about the plan suspend capability in SA version 4.1. Thank you for watching this video.